I bet you guys never knew this place was here. It's 211 North Main Street. It's a war museum. It's actually pretty cool. Hold on. Flippity flip. All kinds of artwork to enjoy. I mean, I know we're talking about war here, but you gotta admit that's a beautiful picture. It's a picture of the destroyer in World War II. That's a real ship. It's not just some AI generated image like the ones you see these days. This is real life, guys. I don't want to get too deep too fast, but that happens to be the next thing that I looked at. I'm going to walk through this whole museum and give you guys a perspective. Okay? Most of these men and women are from Vietnam or Germany. And most of them died to try to preserve the world that we're living in today. What a world it is, right? Trump and Biden. I'm not going to give an opinion, period. We'll just leave it at that. It shouldn't matter who I support or who I don't. Maybe I don't support either of them. Maybe I support them both. It doesn't matter. And I said that on purpose to leave you confused. Politics out of it. We can all agree that we need to change. I think we can all agree that the path we're on today is not looking too good. I'm skipping over stuff, by the way. This is Civil War. Okay? Look at all these names. There isn't a wall big enough. More names, more names. Civil War. Goes all the way around. Let's read her story. Hopefully it's not a dark one. Trained at Fort Dix, New Jersey. Served in the reserves for 22 years. Army Class A female dress uniform jacket. Right chest. Ordnance Corps USA pin. Army Meritorious Unit Commendation with oak leaf Burke nameplate. Right shoulder. Staff Sergeant E6 rank patch. Epaulettes. 521st Maintenance Battalion, Unit Crest DUI, Distinctive Unit Insignia, Support with Distinction. Collar emblems, U.S. and Ordnance. Left shoulder, Blue 88th Division patch, Staff Sergeant E6 rank patch, 6 bars on left cuff. Left chest, Army Commendation ribbon. Reserve Components Achievement Medal with 3 oak leaves, National Defense Service ribbon, Armed Forces Reserve Medal with Hourglass NCO Professional Development with number 2, Army Service ribbon, Reserve Components Overseas Training ribbon, and Marksman Cross. Now, if you're in the military, you know everything that I just described. If you're a serviceman, You know who she was and what she did. These are real pictures. I believe that's Rockford. That's the river. I believe this is where Rockford City Market is today. Right there. Theodore Roosevelt dedicated this building to Rockford, Illinois on June 3rd, 1903. June is Mental Health Awareness Month. Here we have a little tribute to religion. If you follow me, you know my religion, but I try to keep it out of my content. If you want to know, you'll ask. If you really want to know, you'll watch one of my videos. I'm not going to read all these because I'm afraid I'm going to read a dark one, but I am going to scan around here while I look for a good one. That's a dark one. I don't want to read about the ones that were killed. I want to give you guys some good stories, something inspirational. It's everybody in the deployment of the Indian Ocean. And I'm not 100% familiar on military stuff, but I'm proud of our country, regardless of what we're going through. I believe these are training manuals. U.S. Army training for engineer. United States Army Training Center, Fort Campbell, Kentucky. Some of these people never made it back. Some of them did. These are the names and the faces. I think it's beautiful, to be honest with you. Even though it symbolizes what it symbolizes, it's an artistic place. It's a very artistic place. If there's anybody in Rockford who loves culture, especially military culture, you would have the time of your life just hanging out in here. It's so cool. I could be here for hours reading all this stuff. But that's because I love all history and all cultures and all religions and all people and all things. Somebody expressed themselves. When this building was built, okay, somebody took a lot of time to express themselves through their love of the military by building this place. Theodore Roosevelt, he paid for all of this. Teddy Roosevelt paid to put this building in Rockford. Look at this big, beautiful stage. It's empty. What in the world is going on? I'm at the Veterans Memorial Hall, and there's no parties, no nothing going on here. No bands. You know, we got Christian rock bands like Andy Mineo and all these other people, like Positive Influences. I don't know. Jelly Roll, Jelly Roll, Jelly Roll. There you go. You know? It's not just Jelly Roll, guys. Below Jelly Roll, in the same genre, there's 100 other artists if you actually, took the time to look up music and, really, really study, all the music. I listen to a lot of music, guys. A lot of music. I'm telling you, I've always found beauty and expression through all things like music, especially music, and food too. They have crazy food in the Philippines. I used to work with a Philippine guy, and he like gave me some weird stuff. I'm talking like monkey and stuff, like weird foods that you would never eat in your life, but they eat that over there. You know, some people think it's weird that we eat shellfish. I've met people that are, I don't eat shellfish. I don't eat monkey. You know what I mean? Like, come on, guys. We just gotta realize that we're all the same. We're all human beings from planet Earth. Straight up. I don't care what you like or what you don't, period. But I do care about addiction, and I do care about mental health. And so when it comes to the people that need it, because I know that's how I got out of it, was like by loving all things. Like I just had to just focus on like I just studied history and religion and culture mainly. Those are like the main ones. I read every biblical text, the Sumerian tablets, like not just Christianity. Okay, like the Islam, Torah. Like I can translate Hebrew on my phone. I can translate Sanskrit and Arabic just by going copy, paste, Google. And so I read all of the religious texts in English translations. And I listened to rap music and a cappella and country and especially depressing, like music for depressed people, because I've always gone through depression. So I listen to these genres, but I know a lot of different artists that can help you mentally, and you just have to identify with which one you like. There's one in every genre of music. There's a Jelly Roll in every genre of music. You just don't know them yet. I probably do. So anyway, I'm on the second floor of the stage. Okay, Rockford Metro Center is booked constantly. How is it that the Rockford Metro Center is 2 blocks away, but this big, giant, double-decker stage with a classic grand piano down there has nothing happening? At the Veterans Memorial. Let me see if I can find you some more history. I haven't checked the basement yet, but again, these people fought and died for what is going on, America. Why did they die? Tell me what's going on in America right now. Okay? America needs unity right now. We need to come to an agreement and understanding that there's something everybody loves and there's something everybody hates, but that does not mean that we have to hate each other. What is this? Camp Grant section of hospital unit. Okay, that's a good one. Thank you to all the men and women in the medical field out there. Bring them home. That's the barracks. That's the housing that the military used to live in. Look at how many apartments there are. It's crazy we have homeless veterans, right? These facilities were built in a matter of so that these wars could be fought. These places weren't here. They were specifically built to house the people during the war. So to think that somebody actually built that so that a war could be fought, like carpenters and bricklayers and plumbers and electricians I don't know if they had electricity back then, but they, under some guise or deception or whatever, must have built that. I would never build an apartment complex so that a war could happen. I wouldn't do it. So I highly doubt they knew what they were doing. These are things that I think about when I go through places like this. And then I Google. Now I'm just recording it, but Sinisippi Gardens, that's a fun place to go. They have a food truck day out there. Rockford goes to that. Rockford goes to that all the time. There's thousands of people out there. But that's where you go if you want to see flowers. Water fountains and waterfalls. What's the other place? There's a garden. The Japanese Gardens, Anderson Japanese Gardens. I think it costs money to get in there, though. I haven't been there in a long time. But it's a beautiful place if you like flowers. Hope I'm not losing you guys. I'm just recording this as content. And then I can always clip out the good parts and add music over the other parts and stuff like that. It's hard to do on my phone. That's why my content's so far behind. But if I had a computer, I could literally do it in like, I don't know, not long. About an hour each video, but I'm so far behind now that it'd be a lot. Right now, I'm just trying to find a place to live and a way to raise some money to get the brand and everything off the ground. I've been talking to people about fundraisers and like whatever I can do to not have to ask for a handout, basically. Unless it's like a bank loan or an endorsement or something. Past president, who was this? Ladies Auxiliary Chapter, Veterans of World War I of the USA. Take a look at that. Man, woman, gay, straight, rich, poor. Islamic, Christian, Buddhist. Whether you speak Creole, English, Mexican or Spanish, Samoan, Puerto Rican, whatever, where, Spanish and Puerto Rican, everything, that's a bit like being like, oh, I'm from Chicago and I'm from Rockford or whatever. Like they're very particular about their culture. But anybody who speaks Spanish, French, Italian, none of these things matter, guys. The world we live in is what matters, and we need to make it a better place. I can't believe I stumbled on a Veterans Memorial Hall. My grandpa was buried in Arlington National Cemetery. I don't know the exact specifics behind it, but I was told, or I don't know, rumors or whatever. But I know for a fact he fought in Vietnam, and I know for a fact he fought in Germany. And there was rumors that he went on to work with the CIA after he retired. I don't know specifically what he did, or maybe I do and I just can't tell you. But my grandfather, John J. Toole Jr., I'm the fourth. So not my dad, but my dad's dad. That's who I'm talking about. And he was in the 101st Airborne. He was a ham radio operator. And we still have all of his military stuff. I believe it's either at my dad's or one of my aunt's houses, but he did not die in a war. I can't believe I'm going to tell you this story because of the way that it ends. He did not die in a war. He died from a heart attack. And I won't say which one of his kids because I want to maintain privacy within my family, but the last words to one of his kids, and I won't say the exact words, but they were not kind. Okay. He had put one of his children out, essentially. And that was the last words that they had ever spoken to each other. And that child of my grandfather's went on to become an addict and went through most of the things that I've been through and that I'm going through with homelessness and not being able to see your kid, having to walk everywhere, not knowing how you're going to eat or pay your bills, or addiction. This family member went through all of that. And this family member found recovery through reptiles. A love of reptiles. If you didn't hear me the first time because the foot creak on the stairs there, yeah, that family member crawled its way out of all of that. And now they own a reptile business. This person's been sober since I was about 2 or 3 years old. And I hope to God he never sees this, or she. Because I hope that they respect me for sharing this story so that it could be inspirational for somebody else. That's the whole point of what I'm doing, guys. I did it, you can too. It's never too late to change your life. It's never too late to change the world.